Dear students, today we are going to study some special derivatives related to the concept derivatives of an inverse trigonometric functions. In our last lecture also we have studied some derivatives uh, in which uh, we have used some special formulae, some special trigonometric formulae to simplify that function so that we get the derivative very easily. Today also we will recall some formulae, that is compound angles formulae. So let us see. First formula is sin a plus b is equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Why it is called as compound angles formula? Because a plus b is called as compound angle. So this is the formula for sine ratio. Then second one is sin a minus b, that is equal to sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Then third one is cos a plus b is equal to cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. This is for cos ratio. And last one, that is cos a minus b is equal to cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. Now see the combination for sine ratio, means these are two formulae for sine ratio, that is for a plus b and for a minus b. See the combination sine into cos, cos into sine, like this. On the left hand side, if there is a plus sign, then here also it is plus sign. Similarly, if it is minus sign here, then on the right hand side there is also minus sign. And in case of cos ratio, see the combination on the right hand side, it is cos into cos and sine into sine, like this. See carefully how to remember. Now in this case, if there is a plus sign, then on the right hand side there is a minus sign. Similarly, if it is minus sign here, then on the right hand side there is a plus sign. So if you observe this carefully, the pattern on the right hand side and left hand side's angle, then it is very easy to remember. Okay, all these four formulae are very useful to get the derivatives of some functions, inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, so let us see. Now today we are going to discuss, or we are going to study the derivatives whose answers are dy by dx is equal to 1 or minus 1. Now let us see this by one example. So if the question is given, that is find dy by dx, and suppose if you have this function, that is y is equal to sine inverse in bracket 2 cos x plus 3 sin x upon root 13. Now see this uh, expression, that is trigonometric expression, and we have to simplify this by using trigonometric formulae so that we get the simplification, and it is very easy to differentiate with respect to x. Now how will you simplify this type of function? That is our main concept. Okay, now see, if you take the separate denominator here, that is 2 upon root 13 into cos x plus 3 upon root 13 into sin x. Now to get the simplification, there is a special adjustment. See, these are two constants, 2 upon root 13 and 3 upon root 13. Now if you select, or if you consider 2 upon root 13 is equal to sin alpha, means for any angle alpha, we get sin alpha is equal to 2 upon root 13, and for any angle cos alpha, we get 3 upon root 13. See, sine function and cosine function exist, means value of sine function and cosine function lies between -1 to 1, and 2 upon root 13 and 3 upon root 13 are less than 1. So for any angle, we don't know the specific angle, but for any angle sine alpha will be 2 upon root 13. Similarly, for that angle we get cos alpha as 3 upon root 13. Why we write like this? Because see this, it satisfies the identity, that is sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to, if you consider this, then it will be 4 upon 13 plus 9 upon 13 is equal to 1. So it is possible that for any angle alpha, we can consider 2 upon root 13 as a sin alpha and 3 upon root 13 is equal to cos alpha. Both the values are less than 1. Okay, so it is possible to consider like this. Now see the next step. Why we use like this? See here. So hence the given function become y is equal to sine inverse in bracket sin alpha into cos x plus cos alpha into sin x. Now see this combination, sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So to get the compound angle formula here, we adjust the values like this. These are the constants and we consider that constant as sin alpha and cos alpha, so that we get the combination just like as a compound angle formula. So the next step will be sin inverse in bracket sin x into cos alpha plus cos x into sin alpha. This is just for adjustment. Okay, this can be written like this. So what will you get after this? We get sin inverse and in bracket it is the formula, that is sin x plus alpha. So to get the proper compound angle formula here, we adjust these two values. So that is very important that you have to understand. Okay. So now after this we get the simplification, just that is y is equal to x plus alpha. So in this case, if this expression is given to you, this type of expression is given to you, then just by selecting the proper values for any angle alpha, that is sin alpha and cos alpha, we get this type of simplification. Now this is very easy to differentiate with respect to x. So differentiate with respect to x, so that we get dy by dx is equal to 1. Why it is 1? Because derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of alpha is constant, so derivative of alpha is 0. So finally we get dy by dx is equal to 1. So here the angle is x and we get dy by dx is equal to 1 by this adjustment. So this is the very important adjustment related to compound angle formula. Okay, now there is another method to solve this type of means to solve the same question. There is an alternate method also. So let us see. By other method, how will you solve this? See, same question. Let us see. If it is y is equal to sin inverse in bracket 2 cos x plus 3 sin x upon root 13. Now similar adjustment here, 2 upon root 13 into cos x plus 3 upon root 13 into sin x. But suppose if you select cos alpha as 2 upon root 13 and sin alpha as 3 upon root 13, then also you will get same, sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to, you will get 1 here. So if you choose cos alpha as 2 upon root 13 and sin alpha as 3 upon root 13, then also it is possible, no problem. In that previous method, we consider 2 upon root 13 as sin alpha and 3 upon root 13 as cos alpha. But suppose if you want to select that 2 upon root 13 is cos alpha and 3 upon root 13 is equal to sin alpha, then there is no problem. You can select like that, because sin alpha cos alpha lies between -1 to 1 and 2 upon root 13 and 3 upon root 13 are two values which are less than 1. So for any angle alpha, sin alpha cos alpha exists. Okay, any value exists between -1 to 1, because sine function and cosine function are continuous functions. So every value exists between -1 to 1. So you can select any value, that is sine alpha or any value cos alpha, no problem. But what happens further, see here, if you select like that, then we get sine inverse. Here you will get cos alpha cos x plus sine alpha sin x. We get this combination as per our consideration. Now if you observe this pattern, then it is the formula for cos ratio, means compound angle formula for cos ratio, because cos alpha cos x plus sin alpha sin x is the combination for cos ratio. So if you adjust like this, sin inverse in bracket cos x into cos alpha plus sin x into sin alpha, then we get the formula here, that is cos of x minus alpha, because we know that cos a minus b is equal to cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. But here outside of the bracket there is a sine inverse function and we get here cos ratio. So here we have to convert the cos ratio into sine ratio after this adjustment. So how will you convert the cos ratio into sine ratio? Then see here, it is equal to sine inverse. Now in bracket cos can be converted into sine as sine pi by 2 plus x minus alpha or pi by 2 minus x minus alpha, means sine pi by 2 plus or minus theta is equal to cos theta. We know that formula, that is called as allied angle formula. So I have used both the cases here, plus or minus, because sine pi by 2 plus theta and sine pi by 2 minus theta both is equal to cos theta. Okay, so here we need extra step to convert cos ratio into sine ratio because of this consideration. Okay, now after this we get the simplification like this. So we get pi by 2 plus or minus in bracket x minus alpha. Now if you differentiate this with respect to x, then dy by dx is equal to d by dx of this, and then now see the derivative of pi by 2 is 0 plus or minus as it is, and in bracket derivative of x is 1 minus derivative of alpha is 0, and hence we get dy by dx is equal to plus or minus 1. Means if you select plus sign here, then you will get dy by dx plus 1, and if you select minus sign here, then you will get dy by dx is equal to minus 1. So as per our adjustment in this constants, means if you choose sin alpha cos alpha in this case, then you will get either 1 or minus 1, and we need the another adjustment here. Okay, so this is the alternate method for that same question. Okay, so here we get dy by dx is equal to plus or minus 1. Okay, in this case we have to use the allied angle formula also because of this adjustment. So remember, you can adjust like this, but we need another step to convert cos ratio into sine ratio. Okay, for the simplification. Now we will discuss another example. Suppose y is equal to cos inverse in bracket 3 cos x minus 4 sin x upon 5. Now if you observe this expression, then by same technique, if you separate the denominator, then it is 3 by 5 cos x minus 4 by 5 sin x. Now 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 are two values which are less than 1. So for any angle alpha, we get sin alpha and cos alpha for that value. Now here as an adjustment, we select 3 by 5 is equal to cos alpha and 4 by 5 is equal to sin alpha, because it satisfies that fundamental identity, that is sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is equal to, check this, we get 1. Now after considering this as a cos alpha and this is as sin alpha, we get this combination. So it is a cos inverse in bracket cos alpha into cos x minus sin alpha into sin x. Now if you observe this combination, then it is the formula for cosine ratio. So what will you get? Cos inverse in bracket cos of x plus alpha because this is the formula for cos A plus B. Cos A plus B means cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. And directly you will get the simplification as x plus alpha, and this is very easy to differentiate with respect to x, and hence we get dy by dx is equal to 1. So after selecting the cos alpha and sin alpha as a constant for any angle alpha, we get dy by dx is equal to 1 after this simplification. Now there is an alternate method also for this question. Now if you select, see here, now suppose if you want to select 3 by 5 as sin alpha and 4 by 5 as cos alpha for any angle alpha, then what will you get? See here, again here sin square alpha plus cos square alpha is also equal to 1, no problem. But here in this case we get y is equal to cos inverse in bracket sin alpha cos x minus cos alpha sin x. Okay, now what happens here? See, after this we get cos inverse. Now this is the formula for sin ratio, remember. It is sin x minus alpha. Okay, here after this adjustment, here we get direct formula for cos ratio, but here after considering this we get the formula for sin ratio here. Now we need extra step to convert this sin ratio into cos ratio. So we have to use the allied angle formula here. Now as we know that cos inverse in bracket, as we know that cos of pi by 2 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Cos of pi by 2 minus theta is equal to sin theta. Cos pi by 2 plus theta is not equal to sin theta. It is cos pi by 2 plus theta is equal to minus sin theta, remember. So don't write plus or minus here. Here only cos pi by 2 minus x minus alpha, we get sin of x minus alpha, remember. So here we need extra step for the simplification. Now after this we get the simplification like this. Cos inverse cos will get cancelled and we get pi by 2 minus in bracket x minus alpha. So see here, after solving this bracket, it is pi by 2 minus x plus alpha, and hence we get, after differentiation we get dy by dx is equal to minus 1. Here the derivative of pi by 2 is 0, derivative of minus x is minus 1, so and plus derivative of alpha is 0, so we get dy by dx is equal to minus 1. So here in this case you have to choose 3 by 5 and 4 by 5, either sin alpha or cos alpha, to get the proper simplification. Okay, so compare both the methods and which method that is convenient for you, you can using to solve the question like this. Okay, so what we remember in this type of questions, see here. So according to our adjustment, the answers may be either 1 or minus 1. Okay, so if you have the proper knowledge of trigonometric formulae, means compound angle formulae, allied angle formulae, then by this type of adjustment we get the answer of the derivative either 1 or minus 1. Here in this case the angle is x, and in that case you will get the answer as 1 or minus 1. Okay, now one note that we have to remember while solving this type of questions, note that for our convenience we will select the constant sin alpha and cos alpha such that, remember here, if there is a expression that is y is equal to sin inverse, if there is a sin inverse, and then what we have to do here, select the constant sin alpha and cos alpha such that we can create compound angle formula of sin ratio. Okay, so if there is a sin inverse, then try to create the compound angle formula for sin ratio. Okay, similarly if there is a cos inverse function, then create the compound angle formula of cosine ratio. So if you want to simplify very easily, then select sin alpha and cos alpha such that you will get the proper compound angle formula in the bracket. If there is a sine inverse, then create the compound angle formula of sine, so that we have to select the sine alpha and cos alpha. Like that, here if it is cos inverse function, then try to create the compound angle formula of cosine. Otherwise also you will get the answer, no problem. But for simple adjustment, we have to keep in mind that the sine alpha and cos alpha that we are going to select as a constant, so that we get the compound angle formula of sine ratio or cosine ratio. Okay, so study all these type of examples. Thank you.